Hey, good morning, guys. So good to be with you. Today we're going to be in Luke 9, verses 14 through 17. Luke 9, verses 14 through 17. And it's really cool as we finish out. We know that prior to today, that Jesus had wanted to go for rest, have his disciples rest. The crowds followed him. And then he saw them like sheep without a shepherd. And so he had compassion, loved the people, and taught them all day long. And now we're at the end of the day, and the disciples were going to send the people away, and Jesus said, no, you feed them. So Jesus knew what he was going to do. I'm a firm believer of that. He's God. He has to know. So as we pick up today in verse 14, most of the translations will have in parentheses, for there were about 5,000 men. Now, they only counted men in at that time. They didn't count the women and children for census purposes. But that gives us a clue right there that there was probably close to 15,000 people there, maybe more. But at minimum 10, and that's a man with a wife, and so there's tons of people there. I would say at least 15,000 people of this crowd that now they're going to feed with what? What are they going to feed them with? Well, right now, as we learned in verse 13, there's 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. So as we continue on, verse 14, there's about 5,000 men, and Jesus said to his disciples, that's his disciples, not the people, the disciples, have them sit or recline to eat in groups of about 50. They did so and had them all sit down or recline. Reclining is what they did during in that day and age to eat. So 50, I'm guessing that's probably for purposes of counting. Don't know, doesn't say, but that would be my guess. But he had them all sit down. Then Jesus, in verse 16, then he, Jesus, took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed them and broke them into pieces, which is beautiful, which is what you do. You thank God for the food, bless the food, and then break the bread. And so as we pick up, what's really, really cool is something that I had skipped over before, which is the next part of that. And we'll just back up 1 second. It says, he blessed them and broke them and kept giving them to the disciples to set before the people or the crowds. Now that is really beautiful, because I had never picked that up in quite a number of years. I had always skipped over that. Some of the translations may say gave, but when you look underneath the surface, it's in the continual. And so it's an active continual, which means he kept giving. That's exactly what it means. Now, how he did it, I don't know. He's God. But he kept breaking the bread, giving it to the disciples, breaking the bread, giving it to the disciples. He kept doing it over and over and over again to feed all the people. And in verse 17, it tells us the next thing. And we're talking about the crowd. They all ate and were satisfied. They were full. And the broken pieces which were left over, when they were picked up, they had 12 basketful. So we see Jesus, who is God. He's showing right here, he is in command of everything. He is in control of everything. He's in control of the physical world around us, because he broke 5 loaves of bread and kept breaking the pieces until about 15,000 or more people were fed and were full. And for us, it's hard to imagine. I can't wrap my brain around it, but it doesn't matter whether I can wrap my brain around it. Jesus did it, and so I'm good with it. But he showed his disciples to trust him, and he will feed them. He will feed his sheep. He is the shepherd. We're the sheep. And he fed his sheep. And he made sure his sheep were taken care of. And the disciples, who were the workers, Jesus blessed them as well, because after they picked up all the food, the pieces that were left over, and I'm not talking about crumbs, they were probably pretty big pieces. They picked them all up, and there was 12 basketfuls left for the apostles, or at least that's the way I read it. So that's beautiful on how Jesus is in control. He takes care of his disciples, who were probably tired at the time, but he still took care of them. And which means we can trust in that, and he will take care of us today. So if you're doubting, I encourage you, don't doubt anymore. Just dig in, continue to read the scripture. You will be reassured. And I promise you that when you do that, you will be full after eating from the bread of life, Jesus. So take heart in that today. You guys have a blessed day. Have a wonderful day. And Jesus will fill you if we eat on his words and take it and trust in him. Trust him and the word of life, and we will be full. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Bye.